HTT Live 24/7 presents The World This Week.
Hello there, welcome to our special edition of News Bulletin, The World This Week today on 4th August 2024, Sunday. And here are the main stories. Let's check out the global headlines and the news in detail. On 6th day of WAYNAD landslide search operations are going on in full swing when chances of finding survivors remain bleak, with death toll of more than 300, and joint teams of the Army, Navy, Air Force, NDRF, Kerala Police, Fire and Rescue Department volunteers and local guides fan out across the wide swath of Mundakai, Chirumala, Panchamatam and Atmala localities leveled by the catastrophic landslide that hit the Viatri on the last 30th July. A simultaneous surge is on downstream Chalia River for bodies washed up on shores or remaining trapped in submerged detritus of the massive earthfall. Sniffer dogs, ground-penetrating radars, aerial survey drones and scuba divers are assisting in the search. The WAYNAD District Administration has requisitioned the services of ham radio enthusiasts to ensure connectivity to far-flung localities and police wireless and mobile phone blind spots. The ham radio groups have set up repeater stations and were using cars kitted out with wireless transmitters to help emergency responders and the law enforcement agencies extend their reach. In the meantime, Communist Party of India, Tripura, appealed to the people in Agartala to stand by those victims' bereaved families with their humanitarian aid and support. CPI Politburo member Manik Shekhar, former Minister Manik Dai, former MP Shankar Prasad Datta, CITU leader Penchali Bhattacharjee, CPI West District Secretary Ratan Das, Krishna Rakshit, Nabarun Dev, Shabashish Ganguly and many other party leaders and activists approached the wayfarers, local vendors, hawkers and businessmen for their ability-based financial aids which remained purposive. Manik Shekhar corroborated that the people of Tripura always stand by those disaster victims, so they have done the same this time for the WAYNAD landslide victims in Kerala.
HTT Live 24/7 presents The World This Week.
Tensions remain high in the Middle East days after the assassination of Hamas political chief Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran and a key carpenter of the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah in Beirut. The incidents led to vows of retaliation from Iran-backed groups in the region. Iran, on the other hand, said that it expects Hezbollah to hit deeper inside Israel and no longer be confined to military targets. According to Iran's local media, the retaliatory operations were expected to be more diverse, more dispersed and impossible to intercept, unquote. In response to the escalating situation, the United States announced plans to deploy additional warships and fighter jets to the area as the Iran-aligned axis of resistance prepares to respond to the killing of Haniyeh. Ismail Haniyeh was killed on 31st July after he had attended the swearing-in of the new Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian in Tehran. The 62-year-old who lived in Qatar was the head of the political bureau of Hamas, which has governed the Gaza Strip since 2007. On Saturday, Iran said that Haniyeh was killed in Tehran using a short-range projectile launched from outside of his accommodation. Prior to Haniyeh's killing, Hezbollah commander Fouad Shikr was killed in an Israeli airstrike in Beirut on 30th July. The Iran's Revolutionary Guards have accused Israel of being behind the incidents and warning them of a severe punishment at the appropriate place and manner, unquote. It has also accused the United States of supporting Israel. UK and the US urge citizens to leave Lebanon, US to send jets and warships to Middle East, and tensions remain high after death of a Hamas chief. Iran vowed retaliation over death of Ismail Haniyeh.
HTT Live 24/7 presents The World This Week.
Violence erupts across the UK. The far-right and anti-racism protesters clash after support a stabbing incident. The Prime Minister has pledged the government's full support for police forces to take action against extremists who are trying to sow hatred. And far-right demonstrations clashed with anti-racism protesters as cities and towns across the UK descended into chaos following a stabbing incident at a dance class in Southport earlier this week, which left 3 girls dead and several others wounded. And bottles were thrown and shops were looted, and police officers were attacked in cities including Hull, Liverpool, Bristol, Manchester, Stoke-on-Trent, and Blackpool and Belfast. The Prime Minister has pledged the government's full support again and for police forces in this regard. The incident tensions have surged following the killing of 3 young girls at a Taylor Swift themed dance party in support of the Landslide on Monday. A 17-year-old male has been arrested and charged with murder and attempted murder in connection with the attack. Riots have erupted in various towns and cities and fueled by false information that spread rapidly on social media, which proclaimed that the suspect in the Southport knife attack was a radical Muslim migrant. Police have clarified that the suspect, Axel Rudekubuna, 17, was born in Wales to Rwandan and parents, and despite these protests by anti-immigration and anti-immigrant demonstrators have continued, escalating into violence, arson and looting. Although suspects under 18 are typically not named in the UK, Judge Andrew Minori has allowed Rudekubuna's identification to help combat the spread of misinformation. Police also said they had made multiple arrests in Bristol, which is arguably the most left-wing city in the UK, during a standoff that saw as right-wing activists heavily outnumbered by their opponents. In Bristol, the far-right activists moved from the city centre and headed to a hotel that has been used to house asylum seekers. In Hull, authorities stated that 4 people were arrested and 3 officers suffered injuries as they handled protests involving bottle throwing. Mosques across the country have been advised to tighten their security until the situation is contained. That's all for the timing, and thank you all for being with me. Keep watching AGT Live 24/7 and every Sunday, The World This Week. Bye for now. Have a great
platform. Global politics, diplomacy, economy, education, health, culture, sports, international affairs, global turbulences, news from space, curiosity on aliens, UFO, etc., war and war effects on global economy, census, share market, global tourism, global technology, artificial intelligence, and next. You are watching AGT Live 24/7 on YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, Twitter, etc. Fashion, fair, future, and lot more. The World This Week.